I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Muggle Theories, a spin-off show for Tales from Godric's Hollow. I am, of course, the Muggle of the show that you are most familiar with. My name is Josh Brown, and yes, I am back with another Muggle Theory. I think this is officially Muggle Theories number 4, but who's counting? This has been something I've been promising Matt here for a while now. It's a theory I've been working on since several chapters ago, really. Currently, we are reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And I've been kind of working this theory in my head for, like I said, a few chapters now. The latest chapters that we just read, chapters 18 and 19, did nothing at all to prove or disprove my theory that I have cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of talk to you about it here real quick, explain it, kind of hash it out a little bit more. So if I end up being absolutely right about this, we could all look back and say, wow, this guy nailed it. And if I'm absolutely wrong about it, then, well, I guess it's on record that I was wrong for a chance. So, Muggle Theory, the official Muggle Theory. I'm just going to throw this out here and say that I think that my new favorite house elf, Winky, isn't merely a house elf. That's right. There's been a lot of emphasis on house elves in this book, mainly with Hermione trying to get fair wages and employment opportunities for house elves, and why I completely support her cause of SPEW or SPEW. There's just a lot of talk about house elves. The main house elf that we've gotten to know this book is Winky, who belongs to to Crouch, who is in charge of not in charge, works for the Ministry. In charge of the Ministry? I can't even remember what he does. Part of the Ministry. Definitely not in charge of the Ministry. That's, what's his name? Anyway, I digress. We know Winky as a house elf. She kind of popped up. She's kind of been involved in a couple situations early on, mainly dealing with the thing at the Quidditch World Cup where the Death Eaters were apparently running around causing chaos and havoc. The sign was put up in the air. She was holding Harry Potter's wand. It was a whole big to-do, right? It's just Winky. It's just a house elf. I've been on record saying I don't trust Crouch at all. At all. He seems shady. He seems untrustworthy. I don't like him. But I wasn't really focusing on Winky too much. But in the back of my mind, I think I was. There's something about Winky that was just, I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on. But then I started thinking, why are we learning so much about house elves? Why are we learning so much about Winky? She's just another house elf, right? Now, is she going to have some conflict with Hermione? That's possible. Maybe that's going to, end up being the crux of Hermione's fight for house elf rights. Or maybe there's more to Winky than meets the eye. Now, in the first chapter, we learned of a dream that Harry was having. He thinks it was a dream. We, as the readers, definitely picked up on the fact that it was possibly a real thing, of learning about Voldemort talking to old Wormtail, Peter Pettigrew, and plotting in some way to attack Hogwarts, attack Harry, and kind of come to power once again. Now, they didn't really explicitly describe Voldemort's state. We haven't seen him back in like full form that he once was. And even Peter Pettigrew, who saw him in his current state, was kind of shocked and appalled by what he saw, and didn't think that he was capable of being seen in the way that he was. So that got me thinking, like, what could he be? What could he be, like, taking the shape of that would be so off-putting, you know, so abnormal? We've already seen him, like, his face on the back of somebody's head. We've seen, like, his past persona, his past person kind of live through a diary, a shadowy figure. Like, what could he be? Then I stopped and thought about it. What if he is actually Winky the house elf? No, that's crazy. But he could be using Crouch to get in. I mean, he could easily blend into Hogwarts, pretending to be Winky the house elf. He could be controlling Crouch, or Crouch could be aiding him if Crouch is the bad guy that I suspect that he is. But, like, there's just something odd about this house elf named Winky. She's so adamant that Dobby was, like, out of his mind, and, like, that's not how house elves really are, and et cetera, et cetera. And I just, maybe that's all true. Maybe Winky is just a house elf that just likes being a house elf. But it's also the perfect disguise to get into Hogwarts. This is the book that we find out that there's house elves at Hogwarts. So if Voldemort was pretending and disguising himself to be a house elf, now would be the perfect time to make that happen, now that we know house elves are running Hogwarts as it is. He could easily get in. And he could be running at the side of Crouch undetected. He could be pulling the strings without anybody being the wiser to him. And it all makes perfect sense. Like, that is the perfect way for him to get in on the ground floor of Hogwarts and have a real opportunity to get Harry Potter. Now, I don't know how he's going to, like, reveal himself. I don't know what's actually going to happen. But it kind of all makes sense, doesn't it? Like, Winky's holding Harry's wand that she just randomly picked up on the forest floor. The mark is up in the air. The sign. Death Eaters are around. It almost makes too much sense. So, that's my theory. Voldemort is disguising himself as Winky the house elf. That's a long shot. I understand it. Of all my theories, that might be the most out there. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess, right? Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is, again, episode 4 of Muggle Theories, which is part of the Tales from Godric's Hollow podcast. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Until next time, Muggle out.
Mischief managed.